Hey everybody, I hope you're having a fabulous day, no matter what you're doing today or where your week is or when you're listening. Either way, I hope that it is absolutely and incredibly amazing for you. Today I want to chat all things biz planning. It is my absolute favorite time and season of the year, and I'm excited to chat about it. But I want to talk about a few things, all right? So one, I can't believe we're already here at November, and you might think it's kind of crazy to be talking about this already and thinking about biz planning. Like, didn't we just do this? Like, if you scroll back through the episodes, you'll see I was talking all things biz planning last year. So I cannot believe that we're already here, but we are. And so one of the things I really want you guys to understand and realize is that anything I share with you here, anything that I'm doing is not me just telling you what to do or any of that. Like, I share from personal experience. I am here growing my business, doing my thing. I am right here in the trenches with you. And when I say that, because every year I have this resistance come up towards biz planning. I get really, really excited about it. I love it. And then I think, no, I really don't want to run biz planning week this year. And then a client or a past participant will say, Michelle, when's biz planning week, right? Like, people start to get used to it, that's a whole other conversation in another episode of like what people start to expect, right? When you create consistency around something, it's always the first week of December. Like, I had somebody reach out to me. She was like, hey, Michelle, just confirming biz plan week's going to be the first week of December. I'm blocking off my calendar right now, right? Like, so it's just become something that people get very used to. And again, that's an episode for another day. But one of the things is always examining the resistance. And I always talk about in biz planning, really truly looking at what went well, what worked, what didn't work, what you loved, what you didn't love. And here's the thing. Here's what I didn't love about biz planning is that I was with people together for a week. We put all this amazing energy into a biz plan. Things are going really well. And last year I tried doing quarterly check-ins with everybody, and it just, nobody was showing up. No questions were coming. And I was just like, I get kind of discouraged, right? Because it's like, oh my God, life gets so busy. But I also understand, like, in order for your biz plan to work, you've got to keep reevaluating it. And then I looked, and my biz plan is, if you're watching this on video, or if you've ever seen me on Zoom, I'm always pointing to my right. My biz plan is sitting right here on my desk, and I can't even tell you the last time I looked at it. I think after Q1, I never looked at it again, because life just gets freaking busy and crazy, and so many things have changed. There's new opportunities have come. And one of the things that I always think about is that, like, I always say, I'm going to set this biz plan up and I'm not going to change it and I'm going to stick with it, because how can you create any kind of level of consistency or growth if you're changing things up? But here's the thing. Change means we're evolving. Excuse me. I don't know what's in my throat. And I think we've just created such a negative feeling around change and growth. But the thing is, if things aren't changing, most of the time you're not growing, right? And so we need to look at change not as a negative, but as a positive, that things are evolving and that things are growing. And so I really wanted to look at this and think to myself, like, okay, Michelle, fine. Biz planning, your biz plan, what you laid out, it doesn't look anything like what I had put in play for last year. And that's okay, right? Like, don't beat yourself up about it, because if I look at everything that's changed and all of the amazing things that have happened because I didn't stick to that plan, like, oh my God, there's so many more positives than negatives, right? So thinking about that. So one of the things that I really wanted to do was, and that always comes up for me, is I don't like not feeling like I'm supporting the people that go through biz planning to be able to help navigate those changes and new opportunities when they come. And so what I'm super excited about, and this is what I'm saying, reflect on what you love, reflect on what didn't work, and make the changes. And so what works is that first week, that intensive. That week in December is always amazing. Everybody gets super fired up. They really step into that ownership and that CEO role. Like, I love it. What didn't work was the quarterly check-ins. What didn't work was just this lack of community, this lack of staying in touch, this lack of checking in. And so here's the thing. Here's what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing this year that's so exciting and so different, is that this year, biz planning is not going to be a week. It's not a week-long program. It is going to be a 12-month program. And with that 12 months, not only are we going to meet in the beginning of the in the beginning of December to do the yearly overview, the reflection. But then every other month, we're going to meet again. All right. So they might be 60 to 90-minute sessions. And we're only going to biz plan 60 days at a time. Because honestly, 1 month is not usually enough time to really evaluate what's working and what's not working and what's going on and what's not. And quarterly can be too long. I mean, a lot can change in 90 days. I'm all for consistency and sticking with things for 90 days, but I also think checking in on that and making sure that plan is still working throughout that 90 days is extremely, extremely beneficial and helpful. And so I'm so excited this year because now here again, this is what I'm saying, like find something that lights you up and figure out what it is that you need to do to feel really good about it. And so for me, this is what I feel really good about. And so it's a 12-month long program. It's going to be $150 a month, which I feel is extremely affordable and accessible. It's going to include a WhatsApp group that allows people to create a little bit of community and accountability around their plan. And and then every other month, we're going to check in. We're going to go back through. We're going to see. We're going to evaluate those goals. It's going to be very focused on consistent and action in the right actions, right? And setting goals that we can actually are measurable and trackable and in the moment, and actually one that accommodates for new opportunities and accommodates for those changes and that growth and evolution. And so that I'm so excited about. And so that's what I really want you looking into as you're kind of going in. I would love to invite you into biz planning. So if you want to get in on biz planning week, like please shoot me a message or email me, or you're going to start seeing me promote it everywhere. So, I mean, it's going to be impossible for you not to find it. If you follow me at all, you're going to see how you can sign up for biz planning week. Actually the biz planning program in general. Because like I said, it's a 12-month program. That's a non-negotiable. And again, here's the other thing that you have to keep in mind when it comes to biz planning for your new year is think about what works and what doesn't work and what gets people the best results, and don't be afraid to make them non-negotiables. Like if somebody just says, well, Michelle, I just want to work the biz plan program with you in December, what does that look like? That's not even going to be an option. I thought about it and I thought, well, what if somebody just wants the 5 days and they really don't need, no. Because the reality is everybody needs that, right? Like we need to stay accountable to the plan. I want to be there. I want to understand the plan. I want to help people set it up, and I want to help them implement it and stay accountable to it. So the 12-month is a non-negotiable. Do not be afraid to set those non-negotiables up, okay? That is really, really important as you're moving into the new year, is to really think about what is getting people the best results and really stepping into the CEO role, okay? So please, if I'm so ecstatic. I've got a bundled, you can then also with Biz Planning Bee, because again, what helps people get the best results is masterminds, peer-to-peer support, all of the things that we do in the Alliance. That's only going to amplify the growth, amplify everything that's going on, amplify and hit those questions in the immediate versus every other month. And so I've also created a package where you could bundle in 6 months of membership into the Alliance, and it ends up saving you like over $100 a month with both. So I am so excited again, and you get to do these things. You get to change, you get to evolve, you get to create new and fun packages based on what you see is working and what isn't working. All right. So if you are ready truly to amplify your brand and your business in 2023, like I am personally inviting you in. Let's talk about it. Send me a DM. Let's figure out where you're at. Let's talk about and see if this is a good fit for you. But I'm telling you, everybody should be in biz planning, and it should be a long-term commitment, because you're not in business for 5 days. You're not in business for 3 months. You're not in business for 6 months, right? Like business is long-term. You need to be committing to those things for the long haul. It makes a massive difference when you are committed to something. One of the best investments I made this year was the 12-month commitment to my mindset coach. Just being able to have those check-ins with her and stay on top of it in that moment, I'm telling you, it's a game changer. So think about it. Biz planning is coming up. Start to really reflect on what you loved in 2022. Start thinking about what you want to carry with you into 2023, and think about what you want to leave behind, okay? And don't be afraid of change and evolution, and don't view it as a negative. It's okay. New opportunities are coming your way all the time. This is part of the progression and growth of business ownership. So own that. Own it. All right. I'll talk to you soon. I'm going to make sure the link is in the show notes, and I will see you the first week of December at Biz Planning Week, if not before.